Good morning, guys. It's Groundhog Day. Okay. Let's talk about libido. Sex drive. Who doesn't want to have a nice, healthy sex drive? I know I do. Yeah, it's important, isn't it? We need a nice, healthy sex drive in order to procreate, and also because it's nice. Not only is the physical act good fun, there's obviously intimacy and affection associated with sex. Kind of depends how you do it, you know. If you're okay, okay, no, I'm not going to go there. Okay, right, listen. Okay, so most guys present with an element of low libido, plus or minus erectile dysfunction. When we start guys on treatment, it's actually one of the first things to typically improve. Isn't that disappointing for some guys where it doesn't seem to improve? It's actually not that uncommon for libido not to improve immediately. Why? Because if testosterone's all about sex, then why has my libido not improved immediately? Well, the first aspect is obviously there's a fine balance between testosterone, estrogen, and DHT that needs to be established. Hormones take time. Hormones are chemical messages. They're not instantaneous like nerves. So not only do you need to establish balance and stability, you need to give those hormones time to take effect on the relevant organs. Now, when it comes to testosterone replacement therapy, that's obviously the brain and the genitals. So, is it as simple as that? No, it's not as simple as that. Nothing's as simple as that. We break things down into simple, manageable sized chunks, but the reality is the body is incredibly complex. Because we're not very bright, it's actually important for us to make sure that we do simplify things, because the body has compensatory mechanisms, negative feedback mechanisms, all sorts of isms, and I think we need to appreciate that. So libido, what also affects libido? Well, there are other hormones, obviously, things like your thyroid, chronic disease. Now, what's the big one? Why are you not like a randy goat boy? I'll tell you what it is. Stress. Now, that can be in the form of mental illness, as in anxiety. So if you are anxious, you will not have a high libido normally. Why is that? Well, let's think about the cause of anxiety. Now, there will be a hormonal element to it, so if you correct that hormonal element to it, then that will hopefully lead to an improvement in your libido. So obviously we know about the issues that low testosterone, high estrogen, low estrogen, high DHT, low DHT. We're talking about balancing these male androgen levels to help your libido. We're also thinking about the fact that these hormones influence other organs, and everything needs to be firing properly. So, what am I talking about? Anxiety, stress, nerves. So, what's the stress hormone? Cortisol. What else? What about all these nerves that are firing? Why have you got a fast pulse? Why are the hairs on the back of your neck sticking up? It's very complicated. Much like erections. Erections are a complex neurovascular mechanism under hormonal influence. So as much as we try and simplify things, the actual body is incredibly complex. So we can normalize your male androgen levels, but would that necessarily mean that normalizing your male androgen levels will now suddenly cure everything? No, the answer is no, unfortunately. Let's take stress. Let's expand on stress. Bad sleep, not recovering, not growing, resting, growing, recovering. If you're tired, are you going to have a high libido? The answer to that is obviously no. So there's a smorgasbord of things. We live in a very peculiar world where we suppress our primary drives. What should we be doing? Worrying about the Joneses, worrying about how you're going to pay for the new car, or you're going to just... This whole model is just really quite peculiar. So when you are stressed and you've got cortisol floating around your body, catecholamines, your sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive, are you going to be feeling sexy? And the answer is no. You're not supposed to. When your sympathetic nervous system is firing, which is part of your autonomic nervous system, you are in fight or flight mode. It's protective. You're supposed to be in fight or flight. You are supposed to either be hunting or gathering, or running away from the saber-toothed tiger, running towards the saber-toothed tiger? No. Running away, getting with your spear. So you're fight or flight. So you're not supposed to be wanting sexy time. So if you have stress in your life, and who the hell doesn't have stress in their life? I know I do. You are not going to be Randy Goat Boy. It's just not possible. Why can't I be like I was when I was 16? Oh. When did I not have an erection? Didn't have a care in the world. Yeah, when life was simple, when you didn't have the complexities of this modern world, then your libido was cracking, and it wasn't all just testosterone. It was stresses and strains of life. You didn't have any. All you had to worry about was okay, no. So yeah, you know, libido is incredibly complex, and optimizing your male androgen levels is incredibly important, and it does fix the issue for a lot of guys. But in reality, what you need to do is have this holistic approach. So again, you can look for other hormones, you can look for other pathologies, but I'm telling you right now that stress, whether it be day-to-day stress, or whether it be stress that manifests itself as anxiety, are leading causes of you not having a healthy libido. So if you can break it down, so if you can stop looking for a healthy libido and start looking and addressing things that are causing you stress, then your libido will come back. It's not rocket science. I got it in. I got it in. It's not rocket science. Ergo, no, what's my other phrase? Peace out. Yeah, I think we need to take a step back. I think we need to look for answers, but realize that once you've addressed that and it's still not right, you're probably barking up the wrong tree. And we should simplify life because our bodies are incredibly complicated. So we need to have a logical and methodical approach. That's not another catchphrase. To how we address our health, lifestyle, nutrition, exercise, and challenging yourself. Because then, and only then, can you really expect to be happy, healthy, and horny.